Hey guys, welcome to my channel GoldMage. I'm Priya and I'm really excited to see you here one more time. Thank you so much for few of you who've been regularly texting me and giving me topics to cover. So few of you asked me on sales, where I'm going to make a list of videos on selling skills, but at the same time a lot of people asked me this question, like WhatsApping me or texting me or sometimes commenting me in the channel and asking for how do I start my journey of self-employment? It's very nice to see that you're doing your passion. Where did you get this idea? How did you begin? Where did you get this, like overcome that fear which was there inside to leave your full-time job and get into something like this? See, those of you who know me personally, you know my background, that I'm from IT. But those of you who are for the first time coming to this channel, just to give you a little brief about me. See, I was from an information technology background. After my graduation, I got placed in one of the well-reputed IT companies, pulled off almost more than a decade of my experience in technology delivery, and I was like taking care of a sizable team reporting to me, and I was like growing through that ladder of success, or what do you say, the growth ladder in the corporate industry. But then in the year 2013, something very weird happened to me, and I don't think these days it's weird anymore. It's becoming so common in most of our friends. That's why even this question that people are asking me, how to start my own journey of self-employment, begins there. See, in 2013, I was like having this feeling that enough of reporting to somebody. How long will you give status after status? How long will you chase numbers? It's all fine. I'm good at what I'm doing. I'm good at execution. But is this what I'm meant for? And there is this little void that started taking over. See, few of us are blessed to be in the profession, but most of us, we just after graduation, we have this mindset, I have to go to a job, we get inside a job, we keep doing, growing there. But then there is also a void that grows along with it. And over a period, few of us address it, few of us don't. But if you take my case personally, to quit and move on and do something on my own, I was just giving this feed for 3-4 months, and then as an impulsive decision, I quit my job. But of course, not many of us can have that luxury. I had a support system in my house which was like letting me to take that decision. But after I left the job, now comes the real challenge. See, if leaving the job requires the guts, living through the days after leaving your job requires much more immense mental strength. I'm telling you what, because to realize that from next month onwards, there's not going to be any paycheck that's going to come your way, and then you have to generate even one single rupee on your own by doing something new that you have decided for yourself. And in my case, I was not even clear what am I going to do next, okay? I think most of us also fall under that category. See, we know that we have to do something different, but what is that different thing? Not many times we are aware. I got self-employed in the year 2014 in education industry, in training industry. I coach people, I train people on public speaking, becoming trainers, starting their own career. I also professionally speak in a lot of forums, in colleges, in schools, in workplaces, and I have been doing this successfully for the last 6 years. And now from this year 2019 September, I'm planning to bring this entire setup towards online. But offline, I've had awesome experience, and to begin with, I'm going to do this series to tell you how, when the seed of self-employment comes inside you, what are all the preparatory activities you should do? What are all the mistakes you're supposed to avoid? How you beautifully transition from being an employee to becoming your own boss is going to be the crux of this entire series. So I'm super excited to do this, and I hope you're also feeling the same. So with no further delay, now let's get inside the series and our episode number 1. So the first episode is about understanding what is self-employment in the first place. Now, a lot of people confuse this with having your own business. See, when we all graduate, like after our college, we have to make money. There is one phase of our life where all of us have to get inside a profession and make a living. When I say make a living, you got to earn a life, earn money, take care of yourself, your needs, which means this element money becomes the most important factor. Now, what are the normal ways that people make money? If we dissect, number 1, and the easiest thing is you graduate, then you get a job based on your streamline. There are so many organizations, you go and become a full-time employee. I was that in the beginning of my career. Then the second move is, now you realize enough of working for somebody, I should work for myself. Now let's consider this as self-employment. I would elaborate it to you a little better in some time. Now the third category is starting a business based on a product or a service where you involve other people along with you and run it as a business model, meaning you are an entrepreneur or you are a business owner and you have people working for you to develop a system. It could be a product or a service based system where you trade it and make money out of that. Now a lot of people say if you have to make a lot of money, you should do your own business, which is true. I agree with that. But doing a business is not everyone's cup of tea. Let's understand that as well. It requires investment, it requires guts, instinct, interest, lots of hard work, and then streamlining a business. See, today I run my own training company, but I did not start with that. I went through the entire transition phase. I'm not saying that this is the right way to do, but differentiating self-employment with business is very, very important before we begin. Business is something where you are involving other people in your journey of improvement, and also you give opportunity to them to improve. So you become the owner of a business and you have people helping you out on the journey. But when I say self-employed, you don't even have to have a team. It's not that you're running an organization. It's just you. You have some knowledge, some skill, some talent using which you learn how to monetize. Now, there is no dependency. See, when you are an employee, there is a dependency. You need an organization to work. When you are a business owner, again, there is a dependency because you need people to work for you. But when you're self-employed, you're closing the windows of dependency and you become your own master. Now, there are small scale that you can start a business. There's a large scale business. Similarly, even in self-employment, you can start small and you can even make millions and millions and millions of dollars. This is a disruptive method of earning, and we will dissect and see. When I say self-employment, I'm not just going to talk about how to become self-employed in training industry. I'm going to give you a lot of insights, because before I chose training industry, I did a lot of research. I almost tried whatever was there in my disposal to get started, and finally I nailed down and got inside this industry. So the first and the foremost understanding is, when you say self-employed, it's all about you, your talent, your knowledge, your skill sets, and how you're going to learn to monetize out of it. So I hope that's clear. Is that right? Yes? Now, moving on, now that we know who is self-employed and what is self-employment is all about, let's get to the next important question. What next? How do I get started? See, I have this feeling within me that I should move on from my full-time job and start a career for myself, but how and where do I begin? What are all the preparatory steps that I should be doing? Now, these are some questions that might pop into our head, and let me right away tell you how I made this for myself. See, in 2013, of course, the online was very good, but I was not a very online person. Even now, I'm getting comfortable in creating these videos and posting on Instagram and Facebook. So I've been in Facebook, but I'm not a very, very social media or an internet kind of a person. I use internet for watching movies, for entertainment, but not to create content. That was me. So I come from the school of thought where I believed whatever I do, it has to be offline. Now my belief systems have changed, and we'll talk about the transitions in the upcoming episodes. But to start with, so when I left the job and I sat at home and I was ready to get geared up for my next level, to get started at something, I was always only opting offline careers. So what are all the things that I'm good at was the first question that I asked myself. I knew one thing. I was good in execution. Whatever I take, you give me a job, I am good in executing any kind of a job. But then this was very vague for me. Okay, I'm good in execution, I'm good in, getting things done, but with this capability, what can I really do? I had to dig myself a little more, and I was just asking myself, what are all the things that I'm interested in? Soon after I made that list, I just went and tried myself out in different things. I wrote jewelry making. I thought of starting my own boutique. I was planning to start my own blog. I was also interested in becoming an insurance agent. I went to I went and met people, went for seminars where I met all these kind of people, interacted with them, only to understand that those are not meant for me. And finally, I also went to a seminar where it talked about you can become a trainer, speaker, and somewhere I resonated with that and I picked it up. So there was a phase of a little bit of experimentation that I did. But now, for few of us, we may have time for this experimentation. For few of us, we are so stuck up with our day-to-day routine. Maybe you don't have time for all this. But I'm telling you, even now when I look back that list, I have that notebook, I could understand one thing about me. I was totally old school. Don't even get to the mistake that I did. See, I did that experimenting phase, but I completely forgot that there is this beautiful space called online. Of course, I considered becoming a blogger. I considered starting my own, a fashion jewelry, which is also based off an online business. I wanted to become an Amazon affiliate. I tried all these bits, but then somewhere within, there was not that passion or interest to drive it on a daily basis. See, the most important thing to understand when you want to become self-employed is when you go to work, if the work doesn't make you feel excited, you will become a terrible failure when you become self-employed. Most important crux is whatever is the stream that you're choosing, are you 100% passionate about it? Had I been got influenced with that idea of becoming a online jewelry, business, or I wanted to start, or I would have started my own boutique, I'm telling you, I would have landed into a failure. Why? Because those are all the things that gives me temporary high. And when I interacted with those people, my eyes were not sparkling as much as their eyes did. I was not super excited as those people were. So I could clearly guess out that no, there is no dying, interest in doing all this. But when I ended up in training or coaching industry, I'll tell you what, innate capability of mine is I'm somebody who's really attracted to learning. I can really grasp anything that I learn and I can quickly dissect. These are my strengths, and genuinely for the fun of knowledge, I love learning because I was so much resonating with this word learning, and there is an innate capability to even deliver that. This particular industry was it was from my heart. I was like, there is this intuition that works in your head, right? It said, maybe Priya, you're meant for this. The moment this meant for this thought comes in your mind, you're on the right track, my friends. This is the most important realization. So right now, you are dreaming to start your own self-employment path. The first thing that I want you to do, end of this first episode, my appeal to you is please sit back. Think about what are all the things that excite you. It could be as simple as your areas of interest is pets. I will tell you how people make money based on pets. Don't worry about it. Your interest could be like drawing, art. Your interest could be travel. Take any subject matter under the sun. The only requirement I'm telling you is when you think of that, when you want to do that for your rest of your life, is there any kind of excitement that creeps in? Now, the only simple thing that I want you to do is just go back home, just lie down, or whenever you're free, just think. What are all the things that interest you? It could be movies, it could be travel, it could be pets, it could be anything under the sun. But basically, I want you to come up with a list of things that you believe can excite you. And now in the next upcoming episodes, we will talk how to convert this area of interest into an idea that can land you in self-employment. So I hope you enjoyed this first episode, and I am going to be with you in this journey. Let's crack this together. I'm going to bring in all my genuine experience to the table to help few of you out there who are really dreaming to quit your full-time job and get into something that you're really passionate about and to become your own boss. So we are here at the end of first episode. I'll see you soon in another episode. Until then, take good care of yourself.